Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. It's going to be the recap of the earlier stream. If you want to join my stream, check out the links in the description and in the comments below. So let's actually go over the news. The first thing I want to talk about is Brave has landed, Joe Rogan has said he actually will use Brave browser. Now, he's going to use Brave browser because of privacy reasons. He does not like the cookie tracking on Chrome, so he is using Brave. Why this is significant? Because this gives Brave a lot of press. Joe Rogan is very popular, and Spotify landed a big fish when they landed Joe Rogan because they offered him $100 million, money, for him to exclusively stream and podcast on Spotify. That is a big coup for him to get away from YouTube and other social media places. He has millions upon millions of followers. A lot of people really like his podcasts. And him actually saying that he uses Brave will get other people to use Brave, especially since a lot of his listeners are actually quite weary of all the cookie tracking and stuff that Chrome does. So they might actually go to Brave. And it's very easy to switch from Chrome to Brave because Brave is basically based off the Chrome daemon, so they're very, very similar. It's just that Brave doesn't really have ads unless you opt into them, which they will actually pay you to see those ads. So Joe Rogan saying that he actually uses Brave browser, really, really big coup for Brave. So in other news, Ethereum has actually become the top destination for off-chain BTC transactions. And that includes things like, WBTC, RenBTC, HBTC, Wrapped BTC, and others. They're basically like Bitcoin-backed assets. So this is from CoinDesk. Since 2016, software engineers have worked to extend the oldest and largest cryptocurrencies use cases through a variety of companion protocols, mainly because the original protocol can't really handle it. These include Lightning Network, which has not completely gotten mass adopted yet, and Liquid Network. But to date, the most popular off-chain protocols that use Bitcoin run on Ethereum. In fact, Ethereum projects including Wrapped BTC and IMBTC. IMBTC had a couple of problems later. Hold 70% more Bitcoins than Lightning or Liquid. So Lightning and Liquid, not really cutting it. But Wrapped BTC, way up. This is Ethereum was designed to be more flexible, which allows these tokenized protocols to thrive. Bitcoin, on the other hand, was built to do one thing well, which is to transfer value trustlessly and in a censorless way. That's sort of true. I think Monero might actually do that better now, although Monero is going to run into problems with regulations and governments, in my opinion. The supply of tokenized Bitcoin has grown 330% year to date. It's more than tripled from the beginning of the year until now. That is really, really huge. It's important to note that the total amount of BTC held off the Bitcoin blockchain by both Ethereum and Bitcoin-based protocols like Lightning is only 8,285 BTC, worth about $79 million a day. So that gives you an idea of how much these wrapped Bitcoin things can actually grow. And Ethereum has an incredibly diverse set of financial applications built on it. We're going to start seeing a multitude of other use cases as the market for Bitcoin on Ethereum continues to grow. I think like other mainnets like Cardano and maybe even Tron will actually get their Bitcoin-backed assets as well, depending on how much Bitcoin they can actually accumulate. Basically, the off-chain share of Bitcoin has actually grown massively this year. And this year, I think they're over 50%. They're probably like around 60, 70% of the tokenized Bitcoin, and they hold significantly more than both Lightning or Liquid as a way to actually transfer Bitcoin. The one that's really grown is Wrapped BTC. The others are fairly big. Things like IMBTC and TBTC are big, but Wrapped BTC, ever since April 2020, is by far the biggest project right now. So the Wrapped BTC honestly accounts for like 40% of all the off-chain BTC supply. So it's actually like the off-chain BTC supply is moving off Lightning and Liquid, and definitely it's moving on to these Ethereum Bitcoin tokens. And that's very, very good news for Ethereum. I actually think this is good for Bitcoin because this basically allows for faster, seamless transfer, and it actually is better for Bitcoin users. Now, the other thing is Bittrex and Poloniex, and this is from CoinDesk as well, has actually been added to a lawsuit of crypto manipulation. Now, I don't really know if I wouldn't be surprised if Poloniex is, because basically Tron runs that thing. But I would be a little surprised if Bittrex was, because Bittrex is actually regulated. And basically, the lawsuit alleges that Bitfinex is using Bittrex and Poloniex as backdoors for their tether manipulation, and it's hurting customers. Not really sure if it's hurting customers or not. So on Wednesday, cryptocurrency exchanges Bittrex and Poloniex became the latest defendants accused of fraudulently toying with crypto asset prices in an ongoing class action whose plaintiffs have been pursuing Tether and Bitfinex on allegations of fraud, deception, and market manipulation since October 2019. So this is one that actually came about half a year ago. This is a 156-page amended suit filed Wednesday, continues to allege that Tether and Bitfinex orchestrated a grand scheme to launder and circulate billions of allegedly unbacked USDT stablecoins to the market to the detriment of their customers. The Crux plaintiffs, Matthew Script, Benjamin Lebowitz, Jason Lebowitz, and Aaron Lebowitz, and Pinchas Goldschein's case. So what they say is that they claim that Bittrex and Poloniex were backdoor conduits in that scheme. So they said that Bittrex and Poloniex set up wallet addresses specifically to receive huge USDT transfers and knew that Bitfinex was the one sending it all along. I wouldn't be that surprised. I think, based on the transfers, I think Bitfinex actually transfers more to the Binance. So I think Binance might be taking part in this too. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of exchanges are taking part in this to pump the price of Bitcoin and then dump it to the detriment of customers. But since Bitcoin has actually been pumping because of this, the customers that aren't actively swing trading might actually be benefiting. The plaintiffs point to USDT inflow patterns as evidence. On February 6, 2018, for example, they allege Bitfinex transferred $2 million of alleged valueless USDT to Poloniex right when Bitcoin was hitting a low for the day. A cross-crypto market rally and higher trading volumes ensued. And this is exactly what I've said. They're basically using unbacked USDT, which I'm pretty sure most, if not all this USDT is unbacked recently, to actually boost up the price of BTC. So Bittrex and Poloniex have actually been added to the lawsuit, and they might be in trouble if they find this out. I don't really know what they can do against USDT. I suppose they can just completely ban Tether in the United States, and that would really send a huge shock. But this court case is going to take a long, long time to actually resolve. Hopefully, this whole Bitcoin Tether thing will be over by then, but we'll have to see how this actually comes out. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.